Okay, so Canelo sweepstakes here, Amilcar.
Yeah.
What is the deal? Am I the only one that's kind of puzzled how everybody is kind of skipping off away from Canelo? Like he's got COVID-19. Like nobody wants to get in the ring with this guy. Everybody's going to negotiate because get the highest paid your day with him, but everybody's saying no at this moment. Am I missing something here? Am I missing
I
101 or what's up?
I can't explain it. You fought as amateurs, never really question the heart of anybody who gets into the ring. Um, and I would never put it on the boxers. One thing that I usually look at is like the businessmen and the business interest behind the management and all of that. You know, they're trying to get every penny they can for the fighter because they bleed every penny they can out of the fighter.
Right.
And what they want to do is maximize on a once in a lifetime opportunity, not just for the fighter, but obviously for themselves. So I think they've been driving a negotiation train that, been just taking ridiculous places. And that as a result of that, Canelo's been kind of let down the cold because anytime he wants, whenever people want, millions and millions and millions of dollars more than they've ever made in the past, probably multiples of millions. So it's pretty crazy. Canelo's up in his career now where he really has to pay people, life-changing, generational-changing money like they did with a Danny Jacobs to get them in the ring.
But the difference with Danny Jacobs, though, is that Jacobs' resume spoke for itself.
Yeah.
You got in with Gennady Golovkin, Hurog, Nopal. It wasn't closed in Monterey. I don't know why that reported. It was open. I was there. I even had pictures, bro. Anyways, but when these guys are saying I want life-changing money, tell me if I'm crazy. If I was a fighter that got the opportunity to fight Canelo, and I mentioned my management, hey, listen, I want life-changing money, but I know that I'm not going to get that crazy changing life money unless I do something that is kind of well earned, right? So why don't we do this? Give me the money they're offering now, which is going to be obviously 3-4 times more than what I obviously would make by fighting Joe, right?
Yeah.
Give me that money, but can we stipulate on the clause that if I win, we get a rematch, but you got to double the purse or triple purse? Would that be unreasonable?
No, it wouldn't be. It would be reasonable. It's funny because what you just stated was exactly what White cited for fight Joshua in their rematch because he's okay. I'll take me in this fight, but I win. Like I won't be paid, and they were like, nah, you'll just a little bit more than you did in the first fight. I think what you're saying is very reasonable. But I just think that what really hurt Canelo is how much they offered and ended up paying because I think his resume is, and I'm not going to dispute that. Callum Smith has a very good resume. Callum Smith won the World Series. He's undefeated. He's got a ton of real KOs. He is something that Danny Jacob is not. Like he can sell tickets in Liverpool where he's from.
Right.
Shooting Canelo is a big, sturdy, stocky guy, but he's short. He's come up from, just below 154 pounds. So, I would take it, and I'm sure the fighters would take it. I just circle back to what I was saying before, which is that the business interests and the management are what often prevent these fights from taking place, unfortunately.
I agree and I disagree. Look, whatever Canelo and them had offered Kovala or even Danny Jacobs, it's not Canelo's fault. I go back to my stance of DAZN. I think DAZN and Eddie Hearn effed up by, floss all this money that their budget had, $1 billion, throwing up the high stakes of any fighter if they're willing to sign up with them. And I think that really kind of backfired on because now, not just fighters know what kind of money is in the savings or in the bank account for them, but the management team. They know. So they very well know that DAZN can afford give a little more, generosity to their fighter if asked and pushed. It's now time for DAZN to kind of push back and be realistic of saying we're not pay for this much. This is what's going to come. This is what's going to come down to. I think they've really hurt their stance of, coming out aggressive, but it was overly aggressive. It wasn't. There's a smart aggressive and there's like a very stupid aggressiveness. And to me, they took the stupid aggressiveness strategy than the right business aggressive strategy, which is not reveal all your cards at once. You got to play poker right. They just didn't play poker very well in announcing what they had in the pocket.
No, they didn't play poker well. They actually were the guy that went into the Las Vegas casino, flashing his dough and becoming a sucker, and
Yeah.
that everybody took advantage of. And now, COVID's hit. The zone is losing a tremendous amount of money. I can only assume because they're not putting on. It's not fights now. They're not putting on a lot of fights, and I'm sure there were a lot of people who have canceled the auto pay and are no longer watching the zone until this thing, resumes back to normal. So it's look, boxers have to unfortunately take a little bit of a haircut in terms of their pay, and their business interests are to realize that you might have to take some short money now for the long-term gain. And if you really believe in your skills, obviously as a boxer, and if you really believe in your fighter as a management person, sometimes you do have to take risk. I mean, we're not asking Fernando Vargas to take on Tito here. We're asking highly experienced, who's got tremendous resume to take on Cole Alvarez.
It almost kind of wished that the Golovkin fight would just happen after all. With all the money not being accepted, I'm not getting paid enough to get in with Canelo. They're trying to set me up to Canelo talk. I'm just so I don't know, over it. I want to see something happen here, and I agree with anybody that says that Eddie Hearn made a whole mess out of this. I think he did.
Yeah.
I know that there's the Eddie Hearn cult that love to email me and tell me to shut up, just like the Top Rank cult. But I mean, guys, if there's shit on the wall, I'm gonna call it because it stinks. There's no way of avoiding it, And I smell this.
Paul Boxianos has a good point. He said Eddie Hearn sabotaging things for Canelo as well. He's making the GGG, Billy Joe Saunders, and Smith fights hard to make. I agree with that.
Yeah.
He made an earlier comment as well, which is that Bivol is pretending he'll take less money, but the fact that he's pursuing a Canelo payday means it's still a lot of money. So, you're going to get paid highly if you take on Canelo. Let's face facts.
Dude, Bivol, look, it goes back again is that it's still life-changing money. If you're getting paid $1 million, and I'm not even sure Bivol has ever got $1 million, okay? I don't think he has.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
I'd be surprised if he has.
Right. Because even if let's say if he even gets 700,000, okay, he's still not getting all of that. He's got to, break off to everybody that's part of his team and his management. Okay?
Yeah, management, taxes,
right.
The training expenses.
Exact. Yeah, all that, right? So let's say $5 million. Dude, $5 million sounds pretty good to me. You're still walking away with a good, what, $2 million, $2.5 million, in your pocket. And like I said,
you're speaking to a public school teacher. Like $5 million sounds fucking awesome.
Right. You know what I mean? So whereas talk about the case of somebody chirping in your ear and giving bad information, Ryan status, okay? Because that's exactly where Ryan Garcia is at. Getting a lot of bad misinformation of what to do with his career, which is staying stagnant because he's not doing anything with his career. Okay? He's doing everything for his image, for the pops of the world, but for the boxing heads, we're going to soon forget. And that really kind of goes with the other fighters, the Smiths, the BJs, who are blowing us off.
Did you mean to say that?
Yeah, I meant to say that.
That was a good one.
And honestly, BJ Saunders shouldn't even be getting this fucking fight. Shouldn't even be getting out. We talk about cheaters. He's one of them. So
yeah.
He's not getting this fight. Hopefully he doesn't get this fight. We don't know. Eddie Hearn, for some reason, happens to have a soft spot for the kid. Which
we have a question here from Psycho. Did Derenko turn Canelo last year because he wanted me? I think he did, and what I've heard is that actually Derenchenko is going to be taking on Charlo.
He
which
has
is
the
also
option of
an
starting.
interesting fight. But yeah, everyone sees Canelo as a cash cow, or the goose that laid the golden egg, and it's unfortunate, but it's leading to a lot of these fights not taking place.
It's going to be leading to somebody that says, "I'm just going to do it." It's going to give them that world. It's got to come down deep of legacy, and that's where a lot of fighters, in my opinion, are hurting themselves now. That so many of them don't want to fight for a legacy. They want to fight for the almighty dollar, which is perfectly fine. That's why you're called a prize fighter. But
Yeah,
of the Mount Rushmore of fighters, you're not going to be up there. You won't be remembered as that. You know.
yeah. Again, we've got a comment here. Again, I've got to agree with it. No Pao Boxeano said, I think that after the Kola fight, people are afraid of getting knocked out. And I guess there's that aspect of it too. But I agree and I disagree. I don't think fighters are really concerned about that. I think their management is. I mean, you've got to be a special kind of person to get into the boxing ring and get to where these guys have gotten to in their careers, even more so. It's I really there's really an aspect of it from the manager's perspective. I think that they're just kind of trying to rinse Canelo for all they can.
Psycho boxing fan, Bato Loco, lives forever. Yeah, you're right. Team Canelo did come back and approach him for 168. That's why Dermonchenko is saying Charlo at 160 and then jump
Yeah,
up to 168 for that big money fight. Because to me, fighting Charlo, if he beats Charlo, which has a very strong possibility beating Charlo, it only ups that status and it brings more to the table. Going back with boxing management, the new age of boxing management, the way things are now being constructed, because a lot of it's now being used as like they're using the social platform as leverage rather than the actual resume of what you've done in the ring. To me, it's really hurting the sport. Okay, because you're getting these managers and they're coming in, and what they're trying to do is create this formula of what Floyd Mayweather Jr. has created, which a lot of them are skipping a whole big part of Mayweather's career, which is he put in a lot of work to get where he was at. And
they want to be Money Mayweather. They
yeah,
don't be Pretty Boy Mayweather.
exactly. And there's a process to it. There's a very great, tremendous process to it. Jose Ramirez out of Fresno, California, his management guy, I forgot his name, man. He's going to kill me because I was bullshit with him on Twitter here and there.
Yeah,
He does a fantastic job with Jose Ramirez. He's always trying to get fights. If he's going to be fighting Victor Postal, you got Maurice Hooker. I mean, he was going for the Regis Progress fight. I mean, this guy is willing to put his guy up with anybody. He's even saying that Timo Lopez was talking smack, and he was like, "Oh, we can make that happen. That's not a problem." Top Rank wouldn't have an issue making that fight happen. So, yeah, he didn't join the World Series boxing tournament, but he's kept this guy out there fighting really good fights. So that's what I think management guys need to do. They need to find their way to keep their fighters busy. I mean, because where they grow in fan base wise is in that square circle. It's not outside. A lot of that stuff doesn't count. Yeah, I mean, if I'm one of these little titty popper kids and stuff that get excited because you retweeted me or you liked what I said or you responded to something, I guess that's okay. But I'm a fight fan.
Can I get a retweet, David?
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I want to see. I want to see the best fight best, or at least attempt to do it.
Yeah.
At least the guys in the back in the days that got in with Mike Tyson that didn't even punch, they fell flat on their backs and acted like they were hurt by rolling over and over. At least they got in the goddamn ring. These guys are not even doing any of that. They're like 50 miles away from any nearby, ring that's upstanding.